quo. 12 people. Do they think he's stupid? He's not. He knows that he has to dot every I and cross every T, because if he doesn't, they're going to say, gotcha. Because that's the kind of people they are. Remember Stormy Daniels? Yeah. That was the first gotcha. Oh, was it the second? I forget. There's been so many gotcha moments that they were saying on TV. I watched this awful show. It's called The View, where they lie and get paid to lie, and then they lie about their lies. And actually, I've been blocked from commenting on Sunny Hostins because I keep catching her in a lie, and I guess she just got tired of hearing about it. I doubt she actually read any of my posts, but she lies really well. She looks right in the camera, but it makes you feel as though she's lying to you, to your face. But Stormy Daniels, ultimately, the judge ordered Stormy to pay Donald Trump's lawyer fees because her case was so flimsy and out of order. Remember, was Avenatti, her lawyer? He thought about running for president this coming election too. That's rich. Now he may go to jail. Then came after the Stormy Daniels fiasco, after, now she's suing her lawyer, Avenatti. I mean, he's a slime ball. But she hired the slime ball, so kind of they both have it coming. But then came the Mueller report. Oh, Joy Behar. Listen, I watch that stupid show because it triggers me just enough to write, to do a good blog. And hey, I'll watch it just so you don't have to. How about that? Because they're so full of it. I can't believe they actually are still on air. And in 2014, they switched from being a daytime television show to being a part of ABC News. So now when they lie, they should be held accountable. Do we even have an FCC anymore? I'm not sure. Well, with the Mueller report, Joy Behar was just giddy. I can't wait for this report to come out. We're going to get him. And she was so excited. Yeah, well, that was a dud. During the election season, I timed it when watching The View. It took, at that time, 6 seconds into the program for Whoopi Goldberg to say Trump's name. So I posted that to Whoopi, 6 seconds, Whoopi. Good. Thanks for helping elect my president, Donald Trump. So now, I don't know if it's just because of me, because I'm sure other people noticed the trend as well and said something to her. But now, this year, and since his election, she said she's never going to say his name again. So now she thinks she's really being clever when she says, you know who, the man in the office. You know what, Whoopi? I'm reminded of one of my favorite scenes in The Color Purple when I think her name was Shug Avery looked at you in the face and she said, "You show is ugly." Well, at the time I saw that, I actually liked Whoopi Goldberg, and I thought that was so cruel that they put that in the movie, and how humble of her to be a part of that. But now there's so much truth to that statement. I'm kind of glad to see it and rerun it over and over and over. I know, I'm a glutton for punishment. See, ABC is probably the worst. I think they're worse than CBS because they still have the image of producing real news, even though George Stephanopoulos is a con artist in and of himself from way back when. But when they put them in the division of the news, they're supposed to be held accountable for what they say. So when they lie, which is daily, It used to be FCC rules mandated that you would have to correct your lie. Now they lie and they never correct it. It makes me think of the Epstein story with Amy, Korbosh? Amy Robosh, that's her name. She spoke on a hot mic, almost in detail about this Epstein Island. She worked for ABC News, and how Bill Clinton was a frequent guest on the plane to this Epstein Island, and ABC News sat on that story for 3 years because they didn't want to have problems with the British royal family. I call bullshit on that too, because really, the British royal, Prince Andrew's now been fired by his mother, but that's never the mind. The real fact of the matter is 3 years ago, Hillary Clinton was running for office, and the news of Bill Clinton frequenting that island, and I've been told as well that Hillary also went to that island with him, and they stayed in some special Western-styled room, house, I don't know what, but yeah. So they sat on that during an election. So when you talk about corruption and how ABC News and the Democratic Party and CNN, they're all one and the same. That's why they always use the same words when they come up with a story, and they are all stories. When I was a kid, my mother wouldn't let me say the word lie. She would say, you can say telling stories. So like if my sister lied about me, she goes, Kathy, did your sister tell stories on you? And I would say yes, but we weren't allowed to say lie or ain't. There's a lot of words we weren't allowed to use in our family. And so telling stories is pretty much what ABC News does. It's a euphemism for lying. So Trump is not stupid. Trump was on that phone call. 12 people were on that phone call listening. How in the world could they surmise some kind of crime in a few sentences? Whereas we have actual video of Joe doing it, but we can't talk about Joe because now he's a candidate. Let's talk about Joe. Joe Biden, I feel sorry for you. I shouldn't feel sorry for you, but I do, because I'm thinking that nobody in your family must love you. Because certainly if anybody loved you, they would tell you to get off the stage and stop making a fool of yourself and embarrassing yourself in front of everybody. That last debate, the audience was laughing at you, Joe. They were laughing at you, not with you. When you spoke about having worked with the one and only black woman or African American or whatever you guys are calling us nowadays, the only elected black woman to the Senate, and there on the stage less than 10 feet from you, Joe, was Kamala Harris, who, by the way, is out of the running. She dropped out of the race. She should have done it a long time ago, but she did. I guess egos are involved. But Joe, if there's anybody around you who loves you, they should, by all means, sit down and talk to you and say, you know what, Joe, you got enough money. Go home. One of your many homes. Enjoy your grandkids. I heard you have a new one. Hunter. Hunter Biden. Yeah, fruit of his loom. Well, if I were Trump, do you know what I would do? I'd have my lawyers working tirelessly right now. He's got enough money to afford it. And I would have them working on my lawsuit. It would be a lawsuit against ABC, CBS, NBC. I mean, he can do it for millions and billions and billions of dollars. And guess what? He could take that money and give it to his following Republican president. Or some sort of good cause, but I think it's a good cause to support Republicans. Oh, I would sue ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, Bloomberg. And heck, I'd sue Whoopi Goldberg too. I'd sue Rosie O'Donnell. Sue Joy Behar. Sue frickin' Robert De Niro. Yeah, sue him. And that rapper T.I. Sue him too. Because all they do is slander you. And people should be held responsible for what they say. I mean, I'm held responsible for what I say. I'm sure I'm going to hear from probably my mom because I said bullshit or something. But people are held responsible for what they say, and they shouldn't be getting away with this in front of our children, in front of our American people who have to live by the laws of this country. We are tired of turning on our televisions and having to watch a whole bunch of, frankly, unattractive people argue non-issues, trying to turn it into a crime. You couldn't find one. Democrats, you couldn't find one. But you expect us to say, this is not partisan. Come on. Ask Maxine Waters. Impeach 45. Really? And Tlaib, what's her name? The one that was elected into Congress, crazy woman. She was like, we're going to impeach the MF. They've been saying it, and now they're doing it, and they expect us to believe that this wasn't partisan? They really do depend on the ignorance of people. And that's the problem I have with the Democratic Party. They count on ignorant people. They count on the fact that blacks don't know the history of the Democratic Party. They're counting on the fact that they know most American young people have been indoctrinated to their socialist agenda. They're counting on it. They're banking on it when all they really want is just power to tell us what to do and what to say and how to live. So I'll watch The View so you guys don't have to. They don't have any shame. They never did, and they never will. Were they ashamed when Bill Clinton was doing the deed with Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office and lying about it? No. Joy Behar's saying, she used to say, what do we care? What do we care? So what? That's what she said about him doing that thing with Monica Lewinsky. What do we care? But boy, if Trump burps, it's national news. Oh my God, he's so ill-mannered. Clutching their pearls like, oh, now they're righteous. Now they're, conservative. How could he say such things? Oh, like, they do like to quote Donald Trump when he was talking about the immigration situation. And he was telling us that they're not sending the best people over the border illegally. The people that are coming over the border are not the cream of the crop. They're not. He said, he didn't say Mexicans like they said. He said that the people coming over the border illegally are rapists and gang members. And basically, yeah, you're breaking the law coming into this country. That makes you a criminal. That's a criminal act. And we have a right to stop you and to send you back. But Mexico, for a long time, just was like, passing them through because they knew they didn't have to deal with it. These people were coming from South America, Central America, just passing them through. But guess what? Donald Trump said, okay, they have to pass 2 Mexican borders in order to get to Texas and California. And Mexico was doing nothing. Guess what? Now they are. They are making it more difficult. And God bless them. Finally, they're cooperating because they are being run by cartels. I feel sorry for any Mexican citizen at this point. They don't have any legitimate government in Mexico at this point. They're all run by the cartel. Everybody knows it. It's just one of those things people have come to understand. But I say it is time for all of that to stop. And that's what I got to say. Kathy'sRight.com. Check it out. It's my blog. I also have a video vlog. So check out Kathy'sRight.com. Bye.